Hello people, you're welcome back to the channel. It's your one and only Lady Jackson bringing you this Real Housewives of Lagos. I almost said BBNaija All Stars season. Anyways, so I promised y'all that I was going to be bringing you the updates as it is hot on time. But last week I couldn't bring you the episode 1, which was really bad. And now that issue has been settled, but this is episode 2, so of course y'all know as I bring it, I do not attach the Real Housewives of Lagos show video on my videos because of copyright issues. And then also I'm just going to tell you actually what happened from beginning to end. So if you like that kind of content, you can stick around, subscribe, click on the bell button beside for notification in every post I make. Don't forget to share comments down below and also share a video so that more people can get to see. Now let's get right into it. So y'all remember that last week episode 1 started on a very high note, like really it was crazy. But then episode 2 started very subtly, talking about individual life kind of thing and friendships. So we saw IYABO OJO, who like literally had to show us a touch of her family. Now she walked into the house. She shares, I don't know if they share it together or something, but the house that her lover, Paul O, was leaving, and I think it's like really, I really do think that they stayed together. She started talking about how they met, how he came into her DM, coming all subtly. What did she call it? He applied his CV, because that's what he did. He came and applied his CV. They actually met on social media, and now everything just became beautiful. She didn't expect that she was going to have a blended family because he has 2 kids. One is 25, another is 23. She has one that is 23 and the other is 21 or something. That she really didn't expect it, but he is the love of her life. He treats her like a baby. He is 53 years old, and he's older than her with about 56. He's older than her with about 10 years or something. It was really nice to see that these two grown-ups love themselves this much. And we saw how Paul O was eating when she came in, and he was like, he prepared this food. In fact, he was going to start organizing a cooking competition, because this was the thing that kept his exes all, drooling over him, because he knows how to cook very well. And here was IYABO just saying that you need to show me or tell me those exes. Let me pay them a visit. I'm like, okay, girl. Jealous much? Protective much? And then, of course, his daughter came in. I was like, she's never seen her dad like this. He's just lovey-dovey, sweet, that he's got lines and stuff. What did you do to my father? And she was like, I have my ways. I really liked it, though. And next scene, we noticed and saw how Chioma Goodhair had to visit her friend, her bestie, according to her, and that's Tania. Now, Tania is one of the new persons to the collection of the Real Housewives of Lagos. And then, Chioma pulled up at her crib and, was looking at the camera, just poche. She was wearing something similar to this that you're seeing here, but then with full net leggings and stuff. And here was Tania looking from the monitor of her camera. I was like, Chioma, what are you doing like that on my camera? And then when she opened the door and she was like looking at Chioma from head to toe, Chioma, where are you going? Where are you dressed like this going? She's like, oh, I came to see my friend, you. And she's like, no, no, this is not for me. Well, they went into the living room, and here was, Chioma saying, oh my God, they've been friends, but this is like the first time she's visiting Tania's house, and that it's so nice, it's neutral, it's beautiful and stuff. And then they had to have the conversation, and Chioma was like, I really know that I should have prepared you enough, but I didn't prepare you enough for the Real Housewives of Lagos, because last week IYABO OJO came for her and a lot of other persons came for her, like so basically now Tania knows how she can handle how she should handle herself, whom she should make friends, and whom she should, hold her knives ready for war. And then they moved on to the topic, Tania asking Chioma that, what is this issue with Toyin Lawani, this fight? And then, Chioma was like, to be honest, if I tell you that I know what exactly is the issue with this girl, I don't know. But I know that it got to the point where she actually wanted to hit me. I think it was their reunion or something. We saw how they were having a quarrel, and Chima was telling Toyin that I'm better than you, a lot of percentages. Why you having low self-esteem over this shit? And look, walking to her and warning her and stuff, and she threw a punch or a slap. But thankfully, Chima dodged it, and the security people came and pulled away. And then, of course, that was how that particular thing just ended. I'm like, okay, girls, let's see what's gonna happen next. Now, that particular episode didn't end without Chioma saying that she wanted to finally have a yard sale of her closet. And here was Tania being like, oh, that's nice. So in consideration that Tania might get something, Chioma asked her, what's your size or your shoe size or something? And she's like, I'm like 13 point. And she's like, oh my God, I never knew you were up to 13. Girl, we need to get you to lose weight to be like me. And then her plans is that between now and next year, she's going to get her friend to get back to her skinny girl lifestyle. I'm like, okay, girls, whatever you want to do it fast. And then next we had Mariam Timah, who Tiana Empire is going to visit because, Tiana was not available last week, if I'm not mistaken. And she did not get to, attend Mariam's event. And here she was. She had arrived at the house. They started having a conversation. Of course, Tiana apologized for not being at Mariam's event and then said, she was busy with business because that's one thing that is most important to her. And then, of course, Mariam Timah is preparing for another event, so that's not going to be a problem, right? But then Mariam Timah needed to give Tiana the update on what was up. And here she was telling her that Laura KG and what's her name? This other person brought a new friend, and that's Faith. And Faith came with a train. And then I was like, I really like trains. If I was there, I would help her raise it up. I just love trains of people who stand out. But then Mariam, whose, melons looked like they were augmented, said, but one thing that caught her attention was that Faith had, big stuffs. They're like Pluto and Jupiter. And then, of course, that conversation ended. But Mariam was asking Tiana, if I invited these people for an event, like if I make a meetup, set up a meetup for you guys, would you be there? She was like, yes. And then, Mariam had to ask, what about if I invited Chioma? She was like, that rude one. I was kind of stopped and break. Somebody said, let nobody try me. And then we saw that, Faith invited her friend, Laura Ikeji. Oh my God. She invited Laura Ikeji for, she's going on a shopping for her house. She wanted to get some flowers and stuff. And then they had champagne. Faith booked the shopping place or the store just for herself. She booked it, she paid for it because she wanted to shop alone and have her gossip. And then, they spoke about the spa date where IYABO OJO stepped on her train and a lot of things. Laura said she really liked the fact that Faith did not react in a negative way. She just stayed bougie and stuff. And then Laura got to invite Faith for her wedding, which is happening, I think, this year or early next year, to be her church wedding in a Catholic church. She has not had a white wedding. It's going to be the wedding of her dreams. And then we noticed that, Faith invited IYABO OJO for a date at the beach. And here was Faith coming with her security details because, according to her, everything about her body, everything is money. So she would want to feel safe. She would want all that protected. That's why she has a security detail. And then when IYABO OJO came, she was like, I don't understand. I'm an actress. I am a celebrity. I am this and that. I am actually the one, if I had, a security detail, it's understandable. But it is what it is. Of course, Faye said that the reason they were meeting was because she wanted to also be an actress. And IYABO OJO was like, it's hard work, but you need to meet the right people, connect, have good connections, and then, drop the attitude. Of course, you're acting already, but, you're going to sweat in the long run. And then they both started having a conversation as to how life was going and the spa date. And then IYABO OJO was like, I really did not understand why you had to come in a train. Like, it didn't seem appropriate because nobody, like, it was a spa date, yeah? So why did you come like that? And Faith was like, this is real her, and that, you know, she likes to make a statement. She was going to meet new people, so she felt she needed to look good. And then, of course, IYABO OJO was like, oh, I went to your social media page. That was not really you. And soon enough, Faith just announced to IYABO OJO that she invited Laura KJ. It seems Laura and IYABO OJO are not really good friends. And then when Laura came, they all hugged and laughed. And then almost immediately, IYABO OJO was like, oh, I'm getting up, I'm going, I have something to do. And I'm like, oh my God, can these ladies try not to be too shady? And then we got to see a scene where Faith had to go see her friend and his family just have a lunch days at his house. That is Dr. Rommel. And here was Dr. Rommel shading other ladies, other housewives, while he was just praising her. And behind the scenes, she's talking about how the ladies will come for his head for the way he's shading them without knowing them really. And of course, we then saw where IYABO OJO and Chioma Goodhair had to go on a shopping for perfumes and stuff. And they were talking about Tiana, that is Toyin Lawani, and how, you know, the last experience with her was bad. And then, you know, IYABO OJO was telling Chioma to be the bigger person by letting her come and apologize to her for what it was, because IYABO OJO is friends with both of them, and she would not like to be in the middle of two friends that are not, like, she wouldn't like to be in the middle. She's friends with both of them and they're not talking. They're like cats and dogs, right? And then, of course, even though Chioma didn't really like the idea, she accepted. And then we saw where IYABO OJO invited Tiana to her house, the second house of her boo-boo Polo. And then, you know, she came to have a date. They were drinking beer, their favorite drink. And then IYABO OJO was telling her about how she really needs to find a way to apologize to Chioma, and that her yard sale was going to be the best place and that she should be the bigger person and stuff. Although IYABO Toyin Lawani said that, you know what, I'm only going to accept to apologize if you're going to give me something. And then IYABO OJO was like, I'm going to give you money, anything you want. They laughed it off. And of course, it was time for the yard sale. We saw that, you know, Faith was the first person to arrive, and it was surprise. It was surprising, not really surprising, but of course, they were on time. She and Tania came quite early. She came before Tania. Tania came afterwards, but they waited for like about 2 hours before Chioma, the organizer, even came. And then we started seeing all the ladies were strutting in one by one, showing off. And then Mariam, who came like the Amazon queen, or was it Amazon queen, or what she called herself? One biblical something queen that she called herself. And then she was strutting and showing us since she almost fell. I'm like, I'd say security, because if you felt, nobody would actually protect you. We then also saw that by the end of the day, Tiana was the last person to come, and of course Chioma was looking at her with a side eye, but Tiana went directly, looking very stunning, went directly to Chioma, hugged her. The girls were laughing and saying, oh my God, it's so beautiful. They took pictures of them, and then Tiana apologized. They hugged it out, but then Chioma said she doesn't know if this was genuine, but of course it will do for the night, and then when they're done, they will need time to talk together and, you know, understand what this is. Of course, Tiana said Chioma's face is always the same. She doesn't know if she takes the apology or not, but she has done what she was supposed to do. Soon the bidding started, and I mean, people bid. They bid for that clothes and different fashion and paid a lot of money. But the most part is that Chioma's parents did the most. We saw where Mariam and Tiana were going head to head, you know, bidding for one particular clothes. At the end, I think Mariam got it. And then, of course, Chioma complained about Faith, who didn't bid for anything. She was even acting uninterested. Now, according to Faith was like, she doesn't know why other girls are actually bidding for this clothes, because she doesn't know if Chioma's clothes are going to fit any of them. It wouldn't fit her. It's not her style. That's why she's not bidding, but it's going well. I mean, that was shady, actually. For me, one of the best parts of this episode 2 was the fact that there was a point before the yate started. The girls were like, Faith, where's your friend, Laura Ikeji? Call your friend. She's not here yet. And, Faith was like, I don't have a Nigerian number. And all the girls were like silent. And then we saw that, what's her name? Mariam was talking to IYABO OJO, and please call Laura. And IYABO OJO dropped her phone. I was like, what's about you? You know, get phone. I'm like, hey, God. See, this particular episode 2 was on a lighter note. They needed to explore individual lives and families and what was going on with them, and then get to reconcile Tiana Toilawani and Chioma Good Hair. We don't know how crazy episode 2 is going to be, but hey, what we have not seen is going to restart then, because crowns are going to be snatched, trouble is going to start, and we're ready for it. Guys, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, click on the bell button beside for notification, and every post I make, don't forget to share, comments down below, and also share this video so the more people can get to see it. And I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.